What's up guys, and welcome back to my Newcastle United career mode. We're in episode 15, and in this episode we're going to be taking on Southampton at home at St James's Park. In the last few episodes you'll see that I have a bit of a grudge against Southampton, who actually beat me in the quarterfinals of the Capital One Cup after Daryl Janmaat was sent off. They came back from 1-0 down to win that 2-1, knocking me out of the Capital One Cup. And I said in early episodes one of my aims was in fact to get through the semi-finals of the Capital One Cup, and as you can see, the team that we're facing now were the ones who managed to upset the odds there and actually kicked us out of that one step before we managed to get to my pre-season goal there of getting to the Capital One Cup semi-final. So hopefully we can get a decent result here against Southampton to avenge that difficult defeat against Southampton. Hopefully with 11 men on the pitch we'll prove to be the better team, and we were the better team before Daryl Janmaat got sent off, and then there was obviously those difficulties. Since then, you know, it's in the past now. They're in the semi-finals, we're not. We now need to perform better in the league and start racking up points, because without the Capital One Cup there, hopefully we can improve our form. In the Capital One Cup, we beat Arsenal 2-1 with a late goal from Vernon Nita, and then facing Southampton, we were doing pretty well in that match. You know, we'd gone 1-0 up fairly early on. Daryl Janmaat got himself sent off, and then as a result of that, we went on to lose the game. But we don't have that to focus on anymore. We've got the Premier League to focus on until the FA Cup fixtures start coming in. So what we need to do now is start racking up the points with Riviere and Lacazette pairing up again. That's going to prove really beneficial for us. But Southampton very early on getting a decent side of ball here, doing really well down the right hand side. We've got Ryan Taylor coming in for Daryl Janmaat, who has been suspended, and I haven't brought him into the team yet, possibly just to warn him against that kind of foolish action there. But Colaccini there does really well and just hold on to the ball. We try to get it back, but it doesn't quite work. Right here holds on to the ball and just needs to boot it upfield, which he does, and then just knocks it back. And Ben Arthur, who's come into the side recently, he's been out of shot in early games, wasn't really featuring too much, preferring more of a central kind of system with, you know, two central attacking midfielders, three midfielders. Didn't really have a place for Ben Arthur, but I've moved to a sort of a wider playing system to try and get crosses in. Buffon playing on the left, Ben Arthur on the right. It means he can come into the team, and he's performed well so far, been very happy with his form, so hopefully he can replicate that form again. But again, Southampton doing really well, but Ben Arthur there doing really well in tracking back there, fantastic effort. Ryan Taylor actually playing in a more advanced position than Ben Arthur at the moment, but you know, Ben Arthur, he's best when he's up there challenging for the ball. Riviere getting an early touch of the ball, but one of the problems he does have is that he doesn't have the strength to hold on the ball when defenders do come in and challenge him, and there just slips past the challenge defender. But Chakiote, who's been a star player so far, has done really well there and managed to get that ball back. Just hoops it back to a Southampton player though, and it looks as though they're trying to get the silent goal. I&JGaming does really well there. Lacazette gets the ball, plays it up to Riviere. Riviere, nobody up with him. Tries to play a through ball to Lacazette, doesn't quite work. He manages to hold on to the ball. Chakiote still holding on to the ball. Advantage play to Newcastle as a result of the foul. Taylor now on the ball. Taylor just drifts past the defender there. Gives it to Cabella. Cabella now holding on to the ball. Plays it to Taylor. Taylor goes down the wing. Taylor puts a cross in. Swings it. Oh, it's hit the crossbar. That's unbelievable. Fantastic play there. Really good effort. Lovely build-up play. And then that cross coming in from the right from Ryan Taylor. Absolutely perfect. I don't know who it was. I think it was Lacazette who got his hands on it and just thundered it against either post or the crossbar. But fantastic effort and really positive play there. It's probably some of the best build-up play I've actually seen since I've started this career mode. Absolutely fantastic. And again, great defending there. Lacazette now on the ball. Is that someone down? I believe it is. I don't know who's down. Looks as though Adam Lallana has come off injured with Stephen Davis coming on. Looks as though that's going to be our ball. So he just hoops it up to the goalkeeper. And then we start from the back there. But that was some absolutely fantastic build to play there. Really lovely bit of play. Ryan Taylor was really the magician in all of that. He was fantastic in getting down that right hand side. He did really well there. And he spots another open there with Riviere making a run. Doesn't quite get to it before the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper does really well there. But with Lallana out of the game, Lallana was instrumental in the Capital One Cup quarter-final. Did really well. He's a player I really admire. Wouldn't mind having him at Newcastle, but You know, he's one of the big players. He's unlikely to be sold unless they go on one of their selling sprees again. But again, lovely through ball there, but don't quite manage it there. A little bit of disappointment. But it's the through balls over the top that seem to work so far. You know, the balls to Riviere and Lacazette. Riviere playing more of an assisting role than the scoring role. Lacazette's definitely been our top scorer, and you've got Riviere sort of holding on to the ball, playing an assist, and now he goes again, just trying to play a ball, doesn't quite work out. Lacazette knock out on the same wavelength there, nearly make a mistake, and they're not doing too well in terms of holding on to the ball, being forced very far back, and again nearly makes a mistake again, but cleverly dummies. I think it was Sean de Jong there, or Remy Cabella, or Gouffron possibly, one of the three players. But Southampton now get a clear sight on goal. They're trying to take on the defender, it doesn't quite work out, and they just slip it through past him. And that's James Ward-Prowse, a really hot English prospect, actually does really well for Southampton. Did well to hold off the challenge there, had more pace than I think it was I&JGaming who was trying to challenge him off the ball, and they do get the early offset from the ball there, do really well there. And now we're really sort of in a difficult position here because we're at home, we're down 1-0 coming up to half time, and they're doing really well in terms of their ability to hold on the ball there. Fantastic play, and again just absolutely fantastic skill. I think it was Stephen Davis actually who came off injured for Adam Lallana, which was my mistake, but we get the ball back, and again we try to make something happen, but it doesn't quite work out. And then Remy Cabella there I think gets the ball, and then Riviere again just muscled off the ball by a defender. And Ben Arthur trying to make something happen again. He manages to win the ball back. There's the I&JGaming. There's Ben Arthur again, just dropping back, trying to get the ball, trying to make something happen. There's Cabella there, and there's not really too much happening. He just tries to swing it over to Gouffron, who was making a run on the left hand side, doesn't quite manage it, but that's a lovely interception there from Ryan Taylor. Davide Santon now on the ball, and there's Gouffron on the ball. Not seen too much of him in this match, a little bit disappointed there. And again we're trying to make things happen, doesn't quite work out there. And again just passes that are just being intercepted really well by the Southampton midfield, and then it's putting them on the front foot. Our passing accuracy probably isn't great in this match, I've got to admit that. But Southampton, you know, I'd say it's been 50-50 in terms of the midfield battle. They've won it. The defence, I think we've been, you know, the stronger of the two, but in terms of the attack they've definitely dominated us there. That's a lovely through ball over to Lacazette. Lacazette manages to latch onto that ball, fires in a shot, and it just sort of bobbles in front of him and hits the defender and slows the pace down to the goalkeeper to take that one. That was a really good goal scoring opportunity, but I think we've had positive attacking play so far. You know, Ryan Taylor's cross there, as you can see there it is, and it does thunder against the crossbar there, which is a bit of a disappointment there. You know, I would have put us 1-0 ahead, but so far I think it's been really positive play. I think we can get a goal or two in the second half. You know, that's what we've got to be aiming for. But Lacazette and Riviere so far haven't quite managed the combination that I'm looking for. You know, they have previously been absolutely fantastic, but Davide Santon now making a lovely run down the left hand side with a lovely ball from Johan Gouffron, who, as I say, haven't seen too much of him in this match. It's more been predominantly down the right hand side, but you know, there's always room for that to change. And again, Johan Gouffron trying to play a ball there, doesn't quite work out. Spots the ball there, plays to Lacazette. Lacazette gets in there, and it's a fantastic save there, really good save. But doesn't quite manage to make it 1-1 there. But Lacazette made a lovely run down there, sweeping down the left hand side, just getting past the defenders. Gets onto the through ball from Cabella, whacks it to the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper does really well to make it soft there. Fantastic effort. But again, positive attacking play there. There's Remy Cabella spotting Lacazette's run again. Lacazette doing really well in making those kind of positive attacking runs, moving into space, trying to get through the Southampton defence. You know, you've got to credit the Southampton defence. Whenever we've thrown something at them, it's either been their defence or the goalkeeper who's excelled in, you know, nullifying the attack so far. And here we are again. Colaccini makes a lovely touch there, and they managed to get on that. Adam Lallana there makes a shot, but you know, goes wide of the far post there. Looks a little bit frustrated with himself, but I think that, you know, that's a difficult chance. You know, anybody would have difficulty with that angle, and you know, facing a defender and a goalkeeper to get past there. But Remy Cabella again on the ball, doing really well so far. Just pushing forward, trying to make something happen. Doesn't see anything down that hand side. Plays to Tiote. Tiote now holding on the ball. And Tiote just loses out there, which is not something he's known for. He's just muscled off the ball as he's dawdling more than anything there. And that gives Southampton an opportunity to attack. But Johan Gouffran does really well there. Picks up the ball. Then again makes a bad decision there. But Remy Cabella picks up the ball again. Here's Lacazette. Lacazette not really helped too much. And Southampton are dropping really deep when we get the ball to prevent an attack, which is really frustrating. It's going to make it really difficult for us to break them down. And I think at this point we're going to have to go attacking. You know, we're going to have to try and make things happen. And Johan Gouffran picking the ball there, holds off the challenge defender very, very well. Lacazette now on the ball. Lacazette again trying to make things happen, but can't quite manage it. Remy Cabella back on the ball. And there's Riviere. Riviere plays it to Taylor. Taylor spots the run of Cabella. Cabella now on the ball. Cabella tries to cut inside, doesn't quite work, but does really well to hold on the ball. And again, challenged again. Ben Arthur still dropping deeper than Ryan Taylor. Still trying to make things happen, doesn't quite work out. You know, the options in terms of the attack haven't worked out so far. There's not been too much happening. Ben Arthur's done well, but he's dropping too deep. That's the problem that we have so far. You know, possibly put him as a right winger rather than a right midfielder would help that, but you know, he's doing a lot of tracking back, and that's, you know, stopping us from making things happen, because he is a fantastic player. And they throw it across again. Remy Cabella back on the ball, just muscled off the ball again. Remy Cabella, Riviere, two players who don't have, you know, a lot of strength in terms of what they can do. But Johan Gouffran trying to make things happen, trying to get onto the ball, and Southampton just playing it around our 18-yard box, trying to make something happen, trying to break it down. Ramirez does really well there. You know, Ramirez down the left-hand side has done really well. They're making a couple of substitutions. I think we're going to need to make a couple of substitutions as well. So I'm going to take a look, see what changes we can make there. I'm going to have Johan Gouffran replaced with Moussa Sissoko on the left-hand side. I think Remy Cabella is going to be brought on with Siem de Jong. That's the change I'm going to make for now. Possibly in the 88th minute I might bring on Ferrier as a replacement, but you know, so far that's the change I'm going to make there. And they make a lovely ball there, do fantastically well. And de Jong getting an early touch of the ball here. Lovely opportunity for a counter-attack. Tries to make something happen. Lacazette not quite on the same wavelength there, not quite making his run early enough. And Siem de Jong's through ball just doesn't really, you know, work out there. Defenders, you know, very easily cope with that. But de Jong, early signs that he's come on to make this happen, to try and get something back. Colaccini does really well there. Booted up the ball, tries to make something happen again. It falls to Southampton. Does really well there again. Sissoko dropping deep again. There's Sissoko on the left. Spots Lacazette. Lacazette now on the ball. There's Siem de Jong. Spots Ben Arfa making a run down the right. Ben Arfa not able to control that one. The ball was possibly a little bit too high for him to get it down over his chest. You know, trying to control it with his leg and just lost control. Southampton now on the break. We get the ball back. Cheikh Diop holding on the ball. Here's de Jong. De Jong to Lacazette. Lacazette to Riviere. And that's a poor pass there. And you saw Ben Arfa making the run again down the right hand side, but nothing quite happening yet. And you can see Southampton now playing it in the 18-yard box, and I think it was I&JGaming who managed to muscle him off the ball, but Siem de Jong should have picked up the loss of the ball, but didn't quite manage it and just left Southampton able to get the ball again. They're doing really well there. Tim Krul there did make a fantastic diving save, and that gives us the opportunity for a counter-attack. But again, Sissoko just playing it to the wrong player. That's so frustrating. You see de Jong latches onto a mistake. Now we need to attack. Riviere playing it to Sissoko. Sissoko through the middle, loses the ball, but Riviere picks it up. Riviere, oh, and he's tackled! Should have taken the shot first time. He ran through, and that was our opportunity. We've had two decent opportunities. Lacazette in the first half, there in the second, and we just haven't made a sort of a decent opportunity with them. That's very frustrating. It's a huge shame. We've got probably one last attempt here to make something happen. Lacazette on the ball, tries to make something happen. Riviere now on the ball. Riviere trying to make something happen, goes for the shot. It's blocked. Lacazette back on the ball. There's Ben Arfa. Ben Arfa just holding up the ball, tries to make something happen. Ryan Taylor on the ball. There's Diop. Here's Sissoko. Sissoko muscles past the defender, throws the cross in, tries to make something happen. The goalkeeper just latches onto that one, and that's it. It's going to be a 1-0 defeat at home. And again, our league form is suffering, and I don't know why it's suffering as badly as it is. consistently outperformed teams. You know, 4 shots, 4 on target. Equal possession there, shot accuracy 100%, pass accuracy, yes, 80%, but we're not clinical in terms of the chances that we're creating, and it means that we're unable to break defences down. You know, but what I've done is I have set up a scout to take a look, see if we can find any players whose contracts are coming to an end this year. Hopefully we'll be able to find something. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go through this match. We'll play this match as well, which is going to be away to Swansea. But let's take a look, because we've got a couple of messages here. Jack Colback is approaching 6 months of contract, so I will give him a new contract. We do have a report here. We've got Aaron Hunt, which is a central attacking midfielder, and Sebastian Rode is a central defensive midfielder there. I'm going to scout both of those because, as you can see there, their contracts are expiring in 7 months. Let's take a look, see if we can find something like that. Hopefully we can find something good. What I'm going to do in this match, I am actually going to bring in Daryl Janmaat back because he's been an absolute star player until his sending off against Southampton. It wasn't really his fault. I think he was, you know, against the run of play. I don't think it was as bad as people are making out there, but that's sort of going to be what I'm sticking with. I'm going to have Siem de Jong come on in place of Remy Cabella, because I think Siem de Jong did better than Remy Cabella there in the last match, even if Remy Cabella is on form there. So after the team I'm going to stick with at the moment, Tim Krul in fantastic form at the moment, done really, really well so far, but it's a defence that's let him down, really. You know, there's no doubt about that. It's the defence consistently that's put him down there, and we're sitting close to the relegation place at the moment. When we're aiming for a Euro League sort of position, to be down there at this point in the season, you know, 18th of December, it's a huge shame. We've got possibly, you know, 12 or so days until the January transfer window opens. We've got an opportunity to possibly bring in a few players, but there's not going to be a huge amount in terms of transfer activity unless it's on pre-contracts, because we only have about 2 million to play with in terms of transfer ones, with about 60-70,000 in terms of wages. So realistically, I can't see anybody being brought in the January transfer window unless the board decides to give us more funds, which, given our composition, I really doubt. But hopefully we can get a good result here. They've obviously got the likes of Wilfried Boney, Nathan Dyer, both very good players. You know, Wilfried Boney, someone who Newcastle were linked with previously, but we decided not to take him up on the offer. Swansea brought him in, and he's done really well so far for Swansea. He's been quite a good player. You know, certainly a player that possibly Newcastle might need in the future, a sort of natural goal scorer, someone who's nickel in their finishing. What we don't have is we don't have that strong, sort of powerful striker who can, you know, withhold the tackle of a defender. You know, you've got Lacazette and Riviere, both who are quite pacey sort of players, quite similar in terms of that respect. You know, we don't have anyone who, like Lukaku, Benteke, Afatembi Gomes, some fraud of the French league, someone who we were linked with previously. We don't have a player like that, and I think that's what we need. If we can bring someone in on a pre-contract like that, that would, you know, really boost our chances there. And that's a fantastic finish there from Jonathan de Guzman there. You know, just slips in the defence there, lovely through ball, puts it through, and we don't make a challenge, and that puts them 1-0 up ahead. And I think we've conceded so far about 30 goals. You know, in a season, you want to be looking at conceding about 40. We've conceded so many so far, and you know, we aren't scoring as many as we're conceding, and that's a huge problem. But Siem de Jong latches onto a lovely ball there, takes a shot, and it's just blocked back as a corner, which is a good opportunity. But we haven't done too much from corners so far, and again, not quite managed anything either. There's Ben Arthur holding on to the ball really well. Colaccini goes for the shot, and that's blocked, and I think that gives us another corner. Johan Gouffran again going to try and whip this one in. That's a look. Oh, it's Colaccini. It's a captain's goal. That's absolutely fantastic. Exactly what we wanted there. I think that's the first time we've scored from a corner this season. Newcastle never been great with corners. We've never been particularly strong in making use of them, but that was a lovely delivery from Johan Gouffran, and Remy Cabella just connected that with that, sort of slipped it on the inside of the post and did really well. Hopefully, you know, that's a positive sign for us. Hopefully we make things happen. But Johan Gouffran just losing the ball there, manages to win it back. Davide Santon on the ball. Here's Che Tiote. Tiote gives to Ben Arfa. Ben Arfa tries to play through to De Jong, but it's intercepted. And here's Daryl Janmaat sort of trying to get the ball back, trying to make things happen. Hopefully, as a result of his red card, he's a little less keen to make the tackles, because I know that's the problem we had with Debuchy, it's the problem we had with Janmaat as well. Keen to make the challenge, but sometimes it can result in rash kind of challenges. They managed to win a corner off Tim Kroos. Lovely save there, but hopefully we knock that one out, which we do. Balls to a Swansea player, and they take a shot, and that's wide of the goal. Not really have a challenge from anybody there. What we want Daryl Janmaat to do is link up with the midfield in the way that he has been previously. He's been doing really well in terms of providing a sort of link from the defence to the midfield, which is beneficial when we're not creating too much in terms of the front men. You know, you've got defensive-minded players like Tiote and Ita, defensively minded players who aren't necessarily going to create a lot, but they are going to keep the team ticking along, which is sort of exactly what you want there. That's a lovely run there. Tries to play a through ball on a Riviere, doesn't quite manage it. It's a little bit too powerful, but Riviere made a lovely run there, you know, splitting through the defence, and the pass was really good. It was just a little bit too hard, and the goalkeeper was able to pick that one up there. I think Swansea and Newcastle, in terms of their position, in terms of how they're doing in the league so far, they're probably on an equal paring so far. Lacazette just making it down the left hand side. Gonna have to whip this one in. He does. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, and it's gone in. Riviere. I don't know if that's his first league goal. It's probably possibly his second, third goal of the season, but Lacazette making the play there, and that's a lovely header. Just watch that one again. He holds off the challenge of the defender. Riviere tracking back, and then the goalkeeper gets a touch of it, but it just knocks it in, and that's absolutely fantastic. That puts us 2-1 up away against Swansea City in the first half. That's very good. I think it's one of the few times where we've been up against a team coming into the first half. You know that they're going to come back at us now. You know that they're going to try and make something happen, but Johan Gouffran does really well there, but again makes a mistake there, doesn't quite manage it there, and that was a really good sort of pass across the face of goal, but Wilfried Bony, I don't think he was in the position to latch onto it. Now what we need to do basically is we need to hold on until half time with the lead, and then we can sort of assess our situation from there and see what we need to do. Daryl Janmaat, not seen too much of him, but you know, you expect him to go into the game. He probably doesn't have match fitness, he's been out for a few games. But Lacazette doing really well to hold off the challenge there. Tries to play in Gouffran, doesn't quite work out, but Lacazette probably done the most so far in this game. Tried to make things happen, created a few opportunities, which is really good. Johan Gouffran providing the assist as well, so he's done well as well. You know, criticised in the last game for not doing too much in terms of creating opportunities. We dominated more on the right hand side than we did the left hand side. At least, you know, with good delivery from corners, Johan Gouffran is obviously doing really well there. Even if he isn't a traditional sort of first team player, you know, he wouldn't be in everybody's minds the kind of player that you would play all of the time. You know, a lot of people would prefer someone brought in because he is 26, 27, possibly 28. And I think he's about 27. He's not exactly young, doesn't have a whole lot of room for growth, but I think he's a good player. He's not naturally a left midfielder. He's been transformed into that position. He was more of a striker in the French leagues, but you know, he's got the pace on the wings, which is where he's beneficial. I think that's why he's been moved to that position, because against weak, slow defences, he can do really well. And he does really well there with the challenge there. And again, tries to make something happen. De Jong managed to pick up the loose ball, plays to Santon. Santon not really able to make anything happen, just holding on to the ball. That's a lovely tackle, but that gives us a throw in. Knock it to Tiote. Tiote on the ball now. Here's Lacazette back on the ball again. There's Riviere. Riviere tries to spin past the defender, doesn't quite work out, but Tiote picks it up again. Loses it. Tries to make something happen again, doesn't quite work out. Needs Tiote, and the combination of Tiote and Yang and B with that does really well, but Johan Gouffran just losing it, picks it up again, and tries to put in a free ball, and that's a free kick. Sort of tripped us as we were making the pass there. And Colaccini is going to play to Johan Gouffran. Gouffran slots it down the left to Davide Santon. Davide Santon doing really well. Skips past the challenge, tries to whip it in, doesn't quite manage it. Sim de Jong back on the ball, headed back to their defence. They manage to get an opportunity to clear it. And now it's back in, and that's half time, up 2-1. It's not very often I've been able to say that. Most of the time we've been, 1-0 sort of clinging to results kind of situation, but introducing down Janmaat and Sim de Jong definitely worked for us. Sim de Jong has tried to make things happen. His passing ability and his vision in terms of trying to create passes really benefited us, and Johan Gouffran, his pace on the left hand side has benefited us. Chelsea don't have the fastest defence in the league. Their defenders aren't exactly the quickest, but tries to play a through ball there. There's Lacazette latching onto that ball. That's a lovely ball. He powers it in, and that's 3-1. Absolutely fantastic goal from Lacazette there. Through ball was absolutely spot on. If you just see that, he's being held back, but he managed to break free of the hold, and he just powers that in the bottom right hand corner, and that's a 3-1 result against Swansea City. And that's a really good position to be in, just coming in after half time, making the break early on and getting an early goal. That's a 2-goal cushion, which is absolutely fantastic. They're going to come at us, that's to be expected. All we need to do is make sure we hold on to the result, not make any stupid mistakes. And there's Yanga and B, we're doing really well there.
Sort of given the ball away, but you have to be there to get it, and he was there.
There's Sim de Jong doing really well holding on the ball. Tiote tries to make something happen but doesn't quite manage it. Tiote, I've said he's defensively minded, but in this season at least, he's created quite a few, goal scoring opportunities in terms of being the first man to spot the pass and to move into space to try and make that happen. Riviere holding off the challenge there, doesn't quite manage it, but Sim de Jong gets on the ball, and that is a foul. That's a silly challenge there. You can see that Riviere loses the ball, Sim de Jong manages to get it back, and then Williams just trips him off. And Tiote is going to play it to Ben Arfa here. Ben Arfa's just going to knock it up to Gouffran. Gouffran's going to go down on this left hand side. And that puts in another cross, and Sim de Jong managed to, I think, get ahead on it, but doesn't quite make anything happen there. Here's Ben Arfa trying to make something happen. They play advantage. I think Ben Arfa conceded the foul there. Chase Tiote now again staying forward, trying to make something happen. Doesn't quite manage it there, but been very, very positive play so far. Really, really pleased with sort of how it's going. Ben Arfa just slipping up there as he's trying to make the challenge. Tiote now trying to hold on the ball there, having to force it back quite a lot. They're doing well in terms of going forward and creating space, but whenever we get closer, they're having to play it back, they're having to knock it back, and that's certainly, positive in terms of what we can do there. And there's Johan Gouffran again trying to make something happen, doing really well there. Here's Chase Tiote. Tiote doesn't quite manage to make anything happen. I think it's the strength of Tiote which has really benefited us there, and he does really well there again. Riviere trying to make something happen, loses the ball. Sim de Jong mistimes that there because I think it took a deflection. And there's Lacazette just spinning around the defenders really well, takes a shot, and the goalkeeper does really well to parry it. Lacazette on form in this match, he's been absolutely fantastic. Terrorised the defence so far. Gouffran again whipped it in. I think it was Yangembiwa, I think, managed to get ahead on that, but didn't quite manage to power it in like Colaccini did for our opening goal. But Johan Gouffran, in terms of his deliveries of content, has been really good. 3 on 3, 3 on target. Managed to meet the head of the plays that he was aiming for, which is really good. There's Johan Gouffran playing a lovely, lovely run down the left hand side. Just cuts inside, tries to make something happen, loses the ball. There's De Jong. De Jong wins it back. Riviere on the ball. Ben Arfa now on the ball. Ben Arfa comes along the right hand side, tries to whip it in. Space for De Jong, and De Jong makes a lovely header. Possibly should have dropped it down for his feet, but it was a good bullet header. But Vorm obviously, equal to that opportunity there. You've got the battle of the Dutch goalkeepers here. You've got Michael Vorm and Tim Krul battling it out. So far, Tim Krul come off the better man so far. And that's a lovely ball. De Jong through here, throw on goal. Can he make it 4? No. Oh, he's been unable to make it 4 there, but it was a lovely chance there. Riviere now going for a shot. doesn't quite manage it there. We've done really well so far. Dowley and Matt trying to knock it forward again, doesn't quite manage it. Falls to the Swansea defence, but Kyoto managed to get the ball again, loses it. Now Swansea have got an attack, they've got a man advantage, but that's a fantastic bit of play there. We managed to knock it back to the Swansea defence. Ben Arthur wins it back, tries to play the ball to Lacazette, just rises up above that there to knock it back to the Swansea midfield. But as I say, very, very positive play so far. I'm not going to make any changes. I think this team has really won it for us, so I don't want to disrupt the flow of the game making changes, unless of course they make some changes, in which case that's fine. But so far I don't think they've made any changes. I don't think we're going to make any changes either. It's been a positive performance from us. I've said in previous matches we've dominated in terms of our goal scoring, creating opportunities, you know, that kind of thing. But we haven't been able to be clinical. In this match you can definitely say we've been clinical in terms of the opportunities created. We should have possibly scored more. Yeah, that's fair enough, I can accept that, but you know, a 3-1 away victory is nothing to be scoffed at, especially at a team like Swansea City there. Tough team to break down. They've got good players in there, Leon Britton, you know, Jonathan de Guzman, Wilfried Boney, all very good players, all, you know, well known, very positive players. Johan Gouffran does concede a foul there, you know, just sort of knocking Nathan Dyer off the ball again. Very good player as well. You'd think they're probably going to whip this one in, which I think it is. It's probably going to be aiming for Wilfried Boney. Tim Krul just equal to that one there, just really well. Tim Krul going to play it on the left where there's the more space there. There's De Jong getting on the ball. De Jong spots the run of Riviere. Riviere doing really well there. Again, doesn't quite manage to control it, but Lacazette picks up the ball. Sees Ben Arthur. Ben Arthur through. Oh, and that's a fantastic save from Michael Vaughan there. I've got to admit that. That's absolutely fantastic. Ben Arthur was through on goal. He didn't quite manage to control it. Managed to make the shot, and Michael Vaughan came rushing out of there to block the ball, which is really, really good there. Oh, and that's a fantastic goal. That's Johan Gouffran again doing really well there. He's assisted 2 goals in this game from corners, and you've got Colaccini and I&JGaming with a central defensive partnership, both getting on the score sheet from corners. That's what you want. You want your defenders notching in a couple of goals, and a 4-1 victory. Disappointing to concede early on, but to come back from that and win that 4-1, that's absolutely fantastic. That's the thing we've been needing all season. All season long we've been needing a result like this, and it came away at Swansea City. You know, we can now go into the next game confident and positive. You know, as long as we don't make any stupid mistakes, as long as we don't concede one now, a 4-1 victory would be sort of a huge, huge boost for our confidence. My aim now is just to put that as far forward as we can, you know, force Swansea City back, make sure they don't, you know, creating too many goal scoring opportunities. It's been 3 added minutes on. What you don't want is them creating opportunities, so I'm just going to try and force them back as much as possible. Wilfried Boney there on the ball. Again, just hoof the ball downfield. You know, don't let them create any opportunities. I think any team 4-1 up, you know, at this stage of the game, you're not going to make too many stupid opportunities. And it is a 4-1 victory to Newcastle away at Swansea City. They got the early goal, Jonathan Guzman. We've come back, and Johan Gouffran, deservedly in my opinion, gets the FIFA man of the match there. 9.3 rating. I think he got 2, possibly 3 assists in that match. He was absolutely fantastic. We had less possession, fair enough, but in terms of shots and the, you know, shots on targets, we've been absolutely fantastic. I'm going to end it here, but in the next episode you see we've got a match against Crystal Palace, and we'll be moving into the January transfer window, where hopefully we'll be starting to pick up a few players on free contract, and we'll do, you know, make a couple of deals there. We've already gone up to 10th with 21 points. In the next few games hopefully we can move up the table and we start challenging for that EuroLeague position that we're looking for. Thank you very much.
In your life, have you ever witnessed anything quite like that?
Well, we're saying, you know, what a season, what a day, what a game.
Don't forget to click subscribe for all the latest videos.